has been on a big stage for a while now. But we all have to give somebody else the opportunity. Before I became TBE, somebody had to give me the opportunity. So what Tank is doing is giving another tough competitor an opportunity. He's tough. And when this fight first was made, I didn't know much about this fighter. Then I had a chance to do my homework and look him up. And I faced guys like this before, and this is a guy that we can't overlook. You never overlook any opponent. We can't base everything just off power.
Good enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that. Or when you start counting, I'm like, what the
Floyd
hell?
Mayweather has openly criticized the World Boxing Association, WBA, following the controversial outcome of the fight between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. The bout, which took place on March 1, 2025, at Brooklyn's Barclays Center, ended in a majority draw, allowing Davis to retain his WBA lightweight title. The decision has been widely disputed, particularly due to a contentious moment in the 9th round when Davis took a knee but was not penalized by referee Steve Willis. Mayweather's criticism adds to the growing scrutiny of the WBA's role in the controversy. The controversy deepened when the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, admitted to a technical issue that prevented officials from properly reviewing a potential knockdown. Steve Willis did not call it a knockdown, leading to debates about whether the missed call affected the final decision. WBA President Gilberto Mendoza later stated that taking a knee without being punched should be ruled a knockdown. His statement has intensified pressure on NYSAC to address the situation. Many fans and analysts believe Roach deserved the victory but was denied due to Davis's star power and marketability, suggesting that external influences may have played a role in shaping the outcome.
To override
Amid the controversy,
override his decisions or knockdowns. Some skeptics have suggested that Willis's call benefited Davis unfairly, but we do not subscribe to that notion. In our long experience judging fights, we see no evidence of favoritism, only a referee prioritizing the physical safety of a fighter who appeared compromised by an eye injury, which I actually get. I understood that statement because, hey, look, Steve Willis he didn't call it a knockdown.
You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown. All right.
So I think it's going to be very difficult for the New York State Athletic Commission to review this on differently, making it very difficult to review this after the fact and overturn it. But the problem is still, though Steve Willis did not call it a knockdown officially, he also didn't call it a slip.
You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown.
He had to pick one or the other. And according to the rules, if it's a slip, the referee has to let it be known that it's a slip. Slips. When a boxer goes down and the referee deems it not to be a legal knockdown, they should immediately wave both hands in a crossing motion at or below their waist.
Check it back in with y'all, man. Boxing, check it back in with y'all, man. What's good? What's good? Look, Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Gervonta "Tank" Davis versus Lamont Roach. Incredible fight. Incredible fight. Tit for tat, wit for wit, athleticism for athleticism. What an amazing fight. I had Lamont Roach winning 7-5. 7-5, 8-4, I had Lamont Roach winning. Now, I understand the draw politically. It's Tank, he's a star. You don't want to just give him an L and he didn't just get his ass whooped like from dusk till dawn. But He got outboxed tonight. Lamont Roach won that fight. But I understand the draw politically. How did you see the fight, bro? Tell them how you saw the fight.
Yo, I saw Roach winning the fight, man. I had Roach winning the fight 7 rounds to 5 Tank, meaning Roach favor. I don't know how we ended up here, but we can say it was the politics that, you know, Tank a bigger fighter. If you want to beat a king, you got to beat the king. In order to beat the king, you got to knock him out. And they ain't doing this fight. But hey, the next fight will be big bread, though. So that's all I got to say, man.
See, accusations have surfaced that Davis paid NYSAC to prevent the decision from being overturned. Claims of corruption within boxing have gained traction, further fueling debates about the sport's integrity. Mendoza's statement reiterating that a knee taken without a punch should be ruled a knockdown has placed Davis under intense scrutiny, as it implies that the incorrect ruling may have influenced the fight's result. Fans and analysts are now questioning whether the fight should be reviewed or overturned. MMA journalist Ariel Helwani described the fight as satisfactory but not exceptional, highlighting the 9th round controversy. He argued that the action should have been deemed a knockdown under standard boxing rules, echoing the sentiments of many who believe that officiating inconsistencies significantly impacted the fight. The incident has reignited discussions about rule interpretations and the need for greater consistency in officiating. Floyd Mayweather also used the controversy to stress the importance of financial prudence.
And the other, like, it all kind of felt like an afterthought. And then the fight happens, and truth be told, like, the fight wasn't the best fight of all time. It was fine. It wasn't your vintage Tank Davis fight. There wasn't a knockout. There wasn't a knockdown scored by him. It was just sort of fine. If that was your first time watching Tank, you're probably like, okay, yeah, sort of, I get it. But it kind of speaks to his demeanor going into the fight. Like, it just felt a little bit underwhelming. And then we get to the 9th round, and then it's complete madness, because in the 9th round, you probably have heard by now, the fight is moving along, and it is important to note that Lamont Roach lands a jab or two, and where we want to start the clock is up to debate, but he certainly lands a punch. And then seconds after that punch lands, that jab lands, all of a sudden Tank Davis takes a knee. He quickly takes a knee, and there it is right there. 9th round, 2:17. He is taking a knee, and he's looking to his corner. And he also, ever so briefly, it appears as though he's almost trying to call time. Let me tell you, in case you don't know, in boxing, you take a knee, that's considered a knockdown. You cannot call time. And you know what you also can't do? You also can't go to your corner mid-round and ask them to wipe your face. Ask them to do anything. You can't get a swig of water. You can't do this. You cannot do that. But that all happened. And so the referee for this fight is a legendary referee, Steve Willis. You have probably seen him in GIFs. He's got that kind of like big-eyed look. You've definitely seen him. He's a veteran of the fight game. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I'm not suggesting he was in on it. But there was certainly a fumbling.
In light of the name of the game is boxing. The name of the game is not slugging, because when the fight game is over, when boxing is all over, you hang it up like me. You still want to be able to have your faculties. Still want to be able to have your brain. That's more important than anything. Fuck the money. Your health is more important than anything. The name of the game is to hit and not get hit. And I was the best at doing it, and I'm going to continue to teach these young fighters. The name of the game is to dish it out and not take it. And then when your career is over, take your money, invest it right so you can have something. These people don't give a fuck about it.
Recently, Tank Davis decided to upload this on his Instagram. I'm not sure what's wrong with Tank Davis. I don't know what legal issues he's having because he has a hearing close. I'm not sure when the date is, but him and Floyd Mayweather have always had this weird relationship where sometimes Tank doesn't seem to be in good terms, and then sometimes they are in good terms. The energy is off. Let me know what you guys think that post means. what he's going through. I hope he's doing good because we want him to fight, and we want him to fight really good opposition. So let me know what you guys think. What's going on?
I don't want Tank to necessarily leave Mayweather. I think he's in this position because of everything that Mayweather and Leonard LB have done for him. So I do want him to do what he is saying. Take control of your career. Say that you want Shakur and actually fight Shakur. Say that you want Devin and actually fight Devin. You know, fight these guys. Don't keep making new names. Like, you gave Barrios a chance. You gave Isaac a chance. Like, you know, Gamboa. Like, those aren't the fights that we
For
want.
fighters.
We want.
Drawing from his own experience, he advised Davis and other boxers to plan for life beyond the ring by making wise investments to secure their futures. His words serve as a reminder of the transient nature of a boxing career and the need for financial planning. Davis, despite his success, has faced various troubles outside the ring, including legal issues and personal conflicts. He has been involved in multiple arrests and public feuds, including disagreements with Mayweather himself. These controversies have at times overshadowed his accomplishments, leading some to question his discipline and decision-making. Critics have also scrutinized Davis's quality of opponents, arguing that his team has carefully selected fights that favor him while avoiding the most dangerous challengers. While this strategy is common in boxing to protect a fighter's marketability, it raises concerns about whether Davis is truly being tested at the highest level. Devin Haney, another top lightweight boxer, shared his thoughts on the Davis-Roach fight, acknowledging Roach's skill and stating that
Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the most overrated fighters in the sport of boxing right now, and not because of his skills, but because of his resume, and resume does matter. In my opinion, he's a victim of what I call Terrence Crawford syndrome, where you have a really bad promoter who only wants you to fight in promotion fighters who you know that they can 100% beat. If Tank Davis wants to be great, he's going to have to fight one of the other champions in the two divisions that he fights in, 135 pounds and 140 pounds. I'm going to list off all the champions in those divisions and tell you if I think he can beat them or not. So first we got the only other full champion in 135 pounds, Shakur Stevenson. If they fought, I think Tank has a good chance of maybe knocking him out in the later rounds. But if I had to bet my house on it, I would say Shakur Stevenson would beat him in a close decision, and it would end up probably being a boring fight. But I think Shakur has the skills to beat Tank Davis over a long 12-round fight. Now we have Subriel Matias, who's a scary Terminator-like fighter who gives up the early rounds to come on later and drown you in the later rounds. But he's very stiff, and he doesn't have very good footwork at all. I think Tank Davis will probably, box his face off for most of the 12 rounds. There might be some trouble in the late rounds. But if Tank can stay out of trouble, I think this is one of the few champions that he would beat, but I don't think he would fight him. Now we have Pitbull Cruz, who Tank already beat by a close decision, and Tank beat him with a broken hand, but it was on short notice, right? Pitbull Cruz only had 2 weeks to prepare for this fight. I think in the rematch, Tank would take a lot more punishment and even has the potential of being beat. If Tank's not perfect for those 12 rounds, I think Pitbull Cruz wins because he's been looking a lot better since their fight and has impressed me very, very much. Now we got Devin Haney. Devin Haney is very impressive. He really has everything. He has the defensive skills, the offensive skills. He's really showing his power and strength.
Lamont Roach, and what are your thoughts on the knock against Lamont Roach, and what are your thoughts on the knockdown that wasn't called in round 9?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good fight overall. Lamont, I always knew Lamont was, he wasn't coming to lay down. I've been knowing Lamont since we was kids, so we came up in amateurs together. So I knew Lamont was serious. He was coming in there to fight. But he did a lot better than I thought he would, and I thought he wouldn't fight personally. Yeah, the no knockdown, that was unheard of. It was the first time I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes, and
He believed Roach deserved the victory. His perspective adds weight to the ongoing discussions about the fight's outcome, given his standing in the sport. Tensions between Davis and Roach have escalated on social media, particularly on X, where both fighters have engaged in public exchanges about the result and the possibility of a rematch. Frustration has been echoed by boxing fans, with one user stating that the WBA's handling of the fight is embarrassing and questioning its credibility as a major sanctioning body. Canelo Alvarez also weighed in on the controversy, stating that Davis's knee should have been ruled a knockdown. Given his status as a top fighter, his opinion carries significant weight in the boxing community. The controversy surrounding Davis and Roach continues to dominate discussions in the boxing world, with increasing calls for greater transparency and accountability in the sport.
Did Gervonta Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point? And in the end, lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, it was a draw. He take a knee. And plus, the corner go up and put it a towel in the face. That's disqualification, for sure. I'm talking about the rules. But it's not my view.
It just will not happen. Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't like hard fights. It's that simple. We've seen it over and over. He fought a Ryan Garcia drained. He fought a very inexperienced Rolly Romero. He will not fight Devin Haney. He will not fight Shakur. He will not fight Pitbull Cruz again. He will not fight Lamont Roach again. He will not fight Tefimo. He will not fight, he will not fight those guys. That's just not who Tank is.
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we can get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
We might see.